Hi everyone, this is Kate and I am the beginning farmer and market specialist here at the Center for Rural Affairs. On today's Rural Report, I am talking to Stephanie Finklea, who is a beginning farmer, and she is going to share a little bit about her farm. So to start out, Stephanie, just can you give a little intro about yourself? Feel free to say anything you want and about your farming.
Thank you. My name is Stephanie Finklea. My pronouns are she, her, and they, them are also acceptable. I farm on about 500 square feet right here in my home in Omaha, Nebraska, which has been really fun and interesting. And the first year, so last year I started with phytoremediation, where I use sunflowers to take up some of the lead that was in my soil. So it's been really cool to send those samples out to Midwest labs and watch that process continue to happen year after year. The soil has reduced its lead every year. So it's really cool to watch that remediation of soil and that building of healthy soil within an urban setting.
Awesome. Yeah, remediation techniques. That's so cool that you're utilizing that. So important for especially contaminated soil. Can you tell us the name of your farm and a little bit about what you're growing and or raising?
That's a good question, Kate. So I'm calling it Black Chick Farm. I have 6 chickens. One of them is my only black chicken. That's the name of the farm. And so I sell eggs. Right now, I'm still figuring out pricing for that, just enough to cover the costs of feed and care for them. This past season, I grew San Marzano tomatoes and Mary Reynolds tomatoes, these huge orange tomatoes. I'm a really big fan of that flavor profile. Okra, black-eyed peas, cabbages, sesame. I've got strawberries and asparagus and calendula and yarrow, and it's just a myriad of things that I didn't believe. There was so much space and there was so much I could grow on such a small amount of land. And I think if you really are building your soil, it's possible. All things are possible. So this year, I think what I'm going to move into with my farm is become a little bit more niche in edible flowers. So nasturtium, violas, pansies, calendula, yarrow. I want to do some dandelion root and do like really nutrient dense greens mix of like dandelion grains and sorrel and other things that people don't necessarily grab onto when they think about salads. So just trying to bring in some different aspects of edible leaves and parts of the plant that people don't really find at the produce aisle. I want to bring that to Nebraska.
Awesome. I'm just loving all of that color and like creativity that is happening that you're bringing. That's so awesome. Can you talk a little bit about, I'm just going to join the last 2 questions, which are what brought you to farming? And then can you talk a little bit about any of the barriers or challenges you feel that beginning farmers in Nebraska are facing?
I started farming, I started farming because I fell in love with the whole process, the whole ecosystem that surrounds growing things, especially outside. So all the bugs that would be invited to explore the space and to live and build their homes. And just from there, learning about the soil and how important all the organisms in there are, and how just this big circle of life that comes with growing really just stuck with me. And it's a part of me. It's a part of my heritage. It's a part of my ancestry that has been wonderful to reclaim. Some challenges, just finding space to grow. Within an urban setting, it's kind of difficult to find land. And it's expensive. Every piece of it is very expensive. And so that's been tough, but I'm really fortunate that I have a very supportive partner who invests in my dreams. And I think Omaha has a really welcoming market for urban growers and what we want to do. They're interested in it, so that's nice. But yeah, just access to land and then finding the tools that you need to do it. I mean, you can buy seedlings, but that's so expensive when you're planting out 50 broccoli or whatever. It's much easier to have seed. But then where do you greenhouse? You know, and you can only do so much on your kitchen table. So just equipment and land, I think is are the biggest barriers. And then finding a market for what you're growing, how to put all that together. So really just, I mean, a lot of also business savvy, you know, to be able to do that. You know, where do you go? Just to the farmer's market? Do you go directly to restaurants? And I'm learning all of these things. I'm really fortunate that I have chefs and restaurateurs that I have as friends, and they've been really helpful in guiding me. So yeah, and finding mentors, I guess, is also a big part within the city. I think rurally it might be a little easier, perhaps, but just finding people who are doing something like this in the city is kind of difficult. But once you step out, that all kind of just like gravitates toward you as well. Like speaking your intentions and your goals only brings things closer to you. So it's been challenged, but it's also been met with community, and that's been really cool. Yeah, great. Those are awesome thoughts. Definitely. How do we support Black Chick Farm? How do we learn more about it? How do we support you? Can you give us some thoughts and ideas around that? Well, I'm building out Black Chick Farm's Instagram. So it's there, but it's also, you know, there's nothing there. Yeah. Where can we buy things from you next season? Do you have any thoughts on what markets you might be at? Or Fairdale Farmers Market, I'll certainly be there, but I'll be there in collaboration with a cooperative that I am a founding member for. It's Omaha Sunflower Cooperative. And Fairdale Farmers Market, we try to have everything pay what you wish, because we believe that food is a right and it should be accessible to all economic levels of income. And so that, and then we're thinking we'll probably sell to like restaurants and things like that around the city, BIPOC restaurants, just supporting them and their efforts to grow their businesses. So you know, again, I'm just starting out, so I'm learning about how to get into these markets, but there is a floral shop in downtown Omaha called Matilde. So she'll probably have some of my flowers there. So if you wanted to buy edible flowers for your charcuterie or to dress up a salad or top a plate. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Well, we will make sure to link all of those so folks can find where to find you and follow your farm as well as the Sunflower Cooperative. So for everyone, thank you so much, Stephanie, for sharing a little bit today. For everyone watching, thanks for joining the Rural Rapport. Please visit our website for more information, cfra.org. You can also follow us on social media. We're on all the media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever you prefer and choose for your social media. There we share resources as well as information on all of our events that are coming up that you might want to check out.
Make sure if you are a beginning farmer to get in touch with me, katec@cfra.org. I would love to chat with you and find out how we can support you better. So farewell for today.